road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $200 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
And welcome in, excuse me, to STSPN. Amp Harrell here, choking on a Frito as we get started. My apologies. As we are set for Mountlake Terrace and the Snohomish Panthers. And we'll get straight down to the field first. Ron Henthorn has Coach Joey Hammer on the sideline. Take it away, Ronnie.
All right, Jay. Thanks, Amp. Ron Henthorn down here with Joey Hammer. Joey, big game tonight against Mountlake Terrace. Have a big win over Jackson. What do you think about it?
Hey, they battled hard and they earned it, and so we got to go business tonight, get a league win.
It's going to be a tough battle, you think, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be in the trench. That's where this game's going to be all about. O-line, D-line.
O-line, D-line, yeah.
Yes.
So injured players, everybody's healthy tonight?
We got a few guys out. Caden Alexander will be out tonight. Ryder Elton will be out tonight. Yeah, he'll be out tonight. Yeah.
That's not going to help.
No, it won't, but an opportunity for somebody else to step up.
Definitely do that.
Yeah.
So anything different on your offensive plan tonight?
No, we got to establish the line of scrimmage. We got to win that, right? That's our goal.
And forget about JV from last week.
You're darn right. Hey, learn from the past, right? You'd be stupid not to, but we got to take this and we take our opportunity tonight and prove something.
All right, Joey, you heard it from Joey. He's going to win this ball game, right?
That's right. Let's go, Panthers, no doubt.
Go Panthers. Thank you, Joey.
Appreciate you.
All right, Amp, back to you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ron Thorne on the sideline, and we'll take a break. We'll step aside for a timeout and back with more pregame action from Veterans Memorial Stadium on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
here on STSPN. We're presented by Les Schwab, doing the right thing. Live from Veterans Memorial Stadium. You've already heard from me, Amp Harrell, and from our sideline reporter, Coach Ron Henthorn, the third member of our broadcast crew. Welcome to these proceedings, Bill Kusler.
It's nice to be here, Amp. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this ball game, and I don't quite know what to expect. Snohomish went up last week against Glacier Peak, ranked number 1 in the state at the time, and got pretty soundly defeated. And then Mountlake Terrace, who wasn't expected to do much this year, went against a Jackson team and pounded them 39-13. So I know that Mountlake Terrace is really happy about their interior line and what they can do with that line. And I know Snohomish is a little bit concerned about their line. They have one of their starters out, and they had a lot of difficulty on the line of scrimmage against Glacier Peak. Of course, going into this ball game, Snohomish in the coaches poll was ranked to come in second, and Mountlake Terrace tied for fifth. But according to the opening week's action last week, could be a much different story. So I'm really excited to see how both these teams match up tonight.
Historically, Mountlake Terrace, they don't start these in undefeated that often, but they're going up against a little history here, recent history, as Joey Hammer and this the Snohomish Panthers squad, they're on a 15-2 run in non-league, or in league games, I should say. Last week, of course, being a non-league matchup against the GP team that a lot of folks think might be playing at Mount Tahoma.
Could very well be. Yep. Snohomish has had the 3A South title or tied with the title the last 3 years, and you're right, on a 15-2 run. They haven't fared quite as well in non-league games. They always schedule a lot of tough teams, a lot of 4A teams, and so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the spread and what they are able to do with quarterback Cale Hammer under the controls for the second consecutive year.
Absolutely. Let's go down to the sidelines. Ron Henthorn has the coin toss.
Here we go. Guys to nip it in the bud, okay? Got that, guy? Appreciate it. Okay. As the visitors, H for heads, T for tails. What do you think?
Has.
Heads been called. Heads it is, you won the toss. You can defer your choice the second half, or you can kick or receive.
We like to defer.
They deferred.
Okay, so that means we'll see that Snohomish spread you were talking about to start this game off. And Coach Hammer's son, Cale Hammer, has been running the show for a bit. We kind of know what to see from him. With the question marks on the offensive line, what are you thinking in this one with the battle in the trenches, as Coach said?
Yeah, well, that's what I can't really figure yet, because the two teams that these teams played last week were so vastly different in abilities. But I think Snohomish is going to get out of that spread. A lot of quick tosses, get the ball over the line of scrimmage, out of Cale Hammer's hands right away. And I bet they're really happy to be on offense to start the ball game. They'd like to establish something. Against Glacier Peak, they were held about halfway through the third quarter. They still only had 28 yards of offense. So I know they want to get their offense established right away, and what better way than to receive the opening kickoff.
We're just about ready to honor America here. I was taking a look at the Cascadia Preps rankings, and neither of these teams in the 3A top 10 of Cascadia Preps. So we will get the action all to ourselves. And I think that Coach hit the nail on the head. This is going to be a game that is a war in the trenches, and it's going to be won and lost in the trenches.
I think it's a great opportunity for Mountlake Terrace to try to continue the momentum they had last week. And what a boon it would be for them to come into Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish and steal one and start their season 2-0.
Well, we'll see if they can do that. Opening kickoff coming up, but first we'll step aside to honor America. This is STSPN.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extra, take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood.
and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
It's time for some play.
And back here to Veterans Memorial Stadium, Camp Harrell, Bill Kusler along for the ride. It is football night in Snohomish County, and I am pumped. You said before we broke for the national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance that this is going to be a battle. Snohomish does not want to start off 0-2, and well, they've got that 15-2 mark in league play. They're 0-1 on the season, though. Meanwhile, Mountlake Terrace, how cool would it be for the Hawks to come in here and steal one?
Certainly would be. You know, both these teams are very experienced. Mountlake Terrace returning 6 starters on offense and 7 on defense. Snohomish starting 6 starters on offense from last season and 6 on defense. So very experienced teams that were a little bit younger last year, kind of grown up, getting a lot of seniors onto the field, and this is their opportunity to shine as we near kickoff.
Looking at the 3A South, it's Monroe, Shorecrest 1-0. Nobody's played a league game yet. Linwood, Shorewood, Edmonds Woodway, Mountlake Terrace, and Snohomish all. That's not accurate.
No, Mountlake Terrace is 1-0.
I think I caught a typo with my stats department because Mountlake Terrace is in fact 1-0 along with Monroe and Shorecrest. We'll see our starters for Snohomish, and already one big change. Ryder Elton out for this game, which will likely propel Deshaun Snyder into that starting left tackle spot. Peyton Clark, Tommy Brandvold over the football. Connor King and Jason Marshall, the rest of the front 5. We'll set more in a moment as we tee it up. Have me a kicker for Mountlake Terrace there. It would be 81? No, 80, Braden Swan.
Okay, deep, Mason Podol and Wyatt Doran for Snohomish.
Back to receive, and we are underway from Snohomish. High, awkward bounce, and that one taken up the right side by Podol, and he is tackled out across the 35. Your officials, the referee, Jim Broughton. Umpire is Chris Carlson. Line judge, Mike Dolly. The lineman is Dave Laurie, and the back judge is Bob Bick. Your quarterback, as we mentioned, is Cale Hammer. He is a good one and has got some experience. Skill position players Gavin Maynard, Kyle Larson, Podol, as we mentioned, Mason Orgel, and Wyatt Doran. From the shotgun, back on his right hip for Hammer. Facing a 5-man front from Mountlake Terrace. 1st and 10 play is a snap and a give, and swimming up the left side, stood up though. Nate Brown in on the tackle. Kyle Larson for a gain of about a yard.
And once again, the Mountlake Terrace really on the first play of the ball game trying to establish themselves in the defensive line, and they held Larson to just about 1 yard gain.
Got some big boys up there on that defensive line for Snohomish. I'll call them out as I see them. Logan Hansel and Terrence Lindemood among them up front. And now a stoppage of play, a timeout on the field. Timeout after the first play. We'll take it as well. Back after this on STSPN.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Back here on STSPN, the quick timeout by Coach Hammer. He saw something he didn't like, and now he's going to fix it here on 2nd and 9. Snap, give up the right side. Ooh, good second effort, and he will roll forward near the first down marker. Kyle Larson again.
That was really nice. There was a little bit of an opening. He was able to slither through, but Larson really drug a couple of defenders back behind him for that last 5 yards, bringing up a third and short.
Third down at about 1.5 yards is what it looks like. Crouched over the football, Tommy Brandvold, 6'1", 260. Straight up the gut, 1st and 10. Hammer calls his own number and gets it into, well, enemy territory.
That's really interesting. A little read option there and faked the handoff and did a nice gain for a first down. And, you know, you always think of the spread as being a passing offense, but it's not necessarily in Snohomish lining up in the spread, but so far just running the football.
Yeah, I saw some spread power run teams in the Sun Belt back in the day. Snap, give up the left side. No, sir. Corralled again by Nate Brown. 6'1", 230, and a freshman.
Mason Orgill on the carry and got maybe a half a yard. No, actually no.
Yeah, they flipped it from the right side of the 50 to the left side of the 50. Couple feet as we're approaching 10 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Trying to figure out the down marker guy is a whole yard off of where the ball is marked. But we won't tell him.
Jason Marshall in at left tackle in the spot formerly held by Ryder Elton. Watch that position battle. Snap, give, smothered and covered. No, it was a fake. It was a fake, and it still went for a loss.
Oh, Adam Walls was not fooled at all. Wallace came in. It was a little inside double reverse action. Finally getting the ball at the end was Mason Podol. Had one of the touchdown runs last week, but that didn't fool anyone. And a big loss on 2nd down.
A loss of about 6 brings up 3rd down and 16. Shotgun, back to his left, 1-by-2 set. Straight drop, looking, Kale on the scene. What a grab! Mason Orgill, 1st down and then some.
Well, I'm surprised that it took this long to put it through the air. Hammer's got such a good arm, and he put that ball right on the money. Orgill between 2 defenders and went up with both hands, perfect form, caught the ball, and it's 1st down Snohomish.
Watch for a quick play here as Mountlake Terrace had to change some personnel after the big chunk play. Straight drop, rolling to his right, pump fake Kale Hammer, and he will just take it himself and get the 1st down again. Use of the pump fake, Bill Kusler.
Yeah, and it was very effective, and you know, he's a big kid for a quarterback at 6'3", 227, and he rumbled along. Of course, he's going to be going to Gonzaga University on a baseball scholarship next year. But he's going to enjoy his football today, and nice gain for a 1st down for Hammer.
So you're telling me he's got a good arm and can catch, probably. Shotgun back to his left. There's the give. The right side, and you have to hesitate with this offense with the trickeration, but Kyle Larson with a good gain, riding his right tackle.
And it's amazing how much less the penetration is by the defensive line after you've completed a couple passes. and shown some different looks. And that time it was wide open for Larson to get a nice gain.
Lindemood and Hansen up front, along with Adam Wallace, the space heaters and space eaters up front for the Hawks. 2nd and 2 from the 12. Play fake, then coming around. Podol, right side, has to get the edge. He does not. Knocked out of bounds by Arian Motaghetti.
But a nice gain and a first down, and Snohomish deep within the red zone with a 1st and goal.
Down to about the 3.5, 4 yard line over there. Big opportunity. Subbing on the line, David Ross will come in. Also out there, Connor King. King's the right guard. Think they're going to keep it on the ground in the red zone?
Looking a little wildcat action here.
Yes. Direct snap, Orgill, and he will take it himself into the end zone, standing up and dragging defenders. Mason Orgill for 6.
Okay, we've got a flag down on the play, so let's wait a moment.
I did not see that flag.
There was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Mountlake Terrace, which I assume they will take after the extra point kick and on the ensuing kickoff. I don't know, somebody must have said something, because that official threw that flag immediately after Orgill crossed the goal line. Yeah, they're going to mark it off on the ensuing kickoff.
Did he signal that was against Mountlake Terrace?
It was against Mountlake Terrace.
I thought that was a little bit of celebration, but no.
Nope. So Caleb Podol will be kicking the extra point here.
A pack of Podals, as it were. Under 7 minutes to play in the first, and it is 6-0 Snohomish. Extra point pending. Good snap, good set, kick on the way, into the night, and good. And our new score, 7-0 Snohomish. This is STSPN, presented by Les Schwab.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back to it on STSPN. Snohomish with a 7-0 lead over Mountlake Terrace. They got the ball to start it off, and here's the penalty mark off. But saw a lot of good things that first offensive series from Snohomish.
Well, Coach Joey Hammer called that timeout after the first play, and whatever he said to his charges absolutely worked. As Snohomish worked their way down the field. Beautiful drive put 7 on the board. Taking over 5 minutes off the clock. Now they will be kicking from Mountlake Terrace's 45-yard line.
So Mason Podol to handle the kickoffs, Caleb Podol to handle the extra points. Both seniors.
Oh, onside.
It's an onside kick, and one of the up linemen falls on it. I think that was Adam Wallace, 6 foot 200. Taking care of business.
Very heads-up play. They didn't have the hands team in. I don't think they were expecting it, but the ball went right to him. He was able to get it. Now I'll be interested to see Mountlake Terrace. They run a pro-style offense, and they do under the auspices of quarterback Matthew Meadows, and we shall see if Mountlake Terrace can answer.
Archie Malloy's bunch will come to the line and get set. Gun back to either side. So that's what you mean by the pro set. Set your defense for Snohomish in just a moment. They'll wiggle as well, showing a 3-4. Straight drop, looks, fires, incomplete. Don't know if he zigged when he should have zagged or what, but Tyler Schenkel, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Schenkel stopped, kind of bringing it into a button hook. I think that quarterback Meadows thought that he was going to continue out kind of in a corner route, and so they miscommunicated on the play, and they'll bring up 2nd down.
Up front for the Snohomish Panthers defense, the nose is Deshaun Snyder, Oscar Adams, and Max McDicken. The front three in the 3-4 will continue as we go. Shotgun for Matthew Meadows, back to his left. 2x2, it's football with Noah. Straight drop, blitz on, hangs this one high. Oh. What a grab! Woo! Logan Taves, the 5'10", 160-pound junior, or Hughes, excuse me.
Yeah.
I made it hockey.
He had, I just can't believe he got up and caught that ball. I don't know what happened to Meadows, if he got his arm hit when he threw the ball, but that was a total wounded duck. And Twos just absolutely out-jumped the defender and was able to bring that ball down. Wow.
Yeah. Ronnie, did you get a view on that on the sidelines?
The same view you got. It was a bad throw. He slipped out of his hand when he threw it.
There's the first running play. Thank you. That is Ron Henthorn on the sidelines. And the give and the gain is enough for a first down. Zevion Jones.
So Mountlake Terrace, a first down on their first drive. Looks like we may have a little bit of an offensive battle tonight.
Push and shove for every bit of real estate. Linebacking core, Kyle Larson is the Will. The Sam is Mason Podel. Let's see, the Panther, Mason Orgill. Safeties are Miles Lamb and Parker Jackson. Corners, Cole Taylor and Easton Leonard. That's your starting defense for the Snohomish Panthers. They'll go out of the pro set, put a man in the slot, quick strike on the screen, nothing doing, about knocked his mouthpiece out. Biddy Bressie goes nowhere.
That was a heads-up play by Matthew Meadows at quarterback, because that ball was snapped way before he was ready. And he was able to corral it and get rid of the ball, actually complete the pass, but it ended up being for a loss. But that could have been a disaster for Mountlake Terrace had he not made that heads-up play.
Pinning their ears back, that black shirt defense for Snohomish. Back to work quickly. 2nd and 11 from their own 46. Terrace trailing by a touchdown. Snap, give, and hitting the hole and dropped. Good job sticking his nose in there. Was that Lucas Bosa? Yes. Bosa gets in there and makes a great read. Amp Harrell, Bill Kusler here with you. 3rd down and 8 upcoming. It's a long 8.
Snohomish Panther defensive line doing a nice job against that very experienced Mountlake Terrace offense.
A lot of subs and a lot of adjustments here. Looks like Seth Aboud will stay on. Jude Lewis will run off. Straight drop. Looking, airs this one out. Is it caught on the sideline? Incomplete. It carried Logan Hughes out of bounds. And that will likely force the punt after a decent throw from Meadows.
Wow, that was a great catch. He just couldn't get his feet down after the play he made on that earlier pass play, and then to catch that one. He's obviously a good go-to guy, 5'10", 160, great speed, just a junior.
They will hesitate as long as possible on 4th down and long from midfield. And now the punt formation.
Meadows is also Mountlake Terrace's punter.
Allows you to hide the eggs a little bit. And timeout taken, yes. Timeout taken by Coach Hammer. I don't think he's going to be happy burning 2 timeouts in the first 8 minutes of action. We'll step aside for a break. 7-0 Snohomish on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We got to lose. Back to work here on STSPN. 4th down and full 9 for the visitors from Mountlake Terrace. Amp Harrell, Bill Kusler here with you. Ron Henthorn on the sidelines. Back in punt formation is Matthew Meadows, and he will get away a boomer. That one is going to hit at about the 30 and check up with a Terrace roll out of bounds.
Snohomish just about got to that punt. It was close. He didn't get it out, and looked like he purposely kicked it away from Wyatt Doran, and wisely so, force Snohomish to go the long field, so Snohomish will take over on the 28.
I want to thank our sponsors during this broadcast. That's McDaniel's Do-It Center, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, GNS Heating, Gene Johnson Plumbing, Airfield Espresso, Adrenaline Fundraising, Bickford Ford, Monster Energy Drink, U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Army. Glad to have them on board. We're presented, of course, by Les Schwab Tires. 7-0. Snohomish with the lead and the ball. Snap and a give right side. Kyle Larson moving the pile rugby style, and he is finally slowed up. Gain of about 4, Bill.
Yep, just a little bit of a power. Looked like nothing was there, but I'll tell you, Larson impresses me by the fact he keeps his legs churning, even when it looks like he's going to be stopped, and was able to push forward for an extra couple of yards.
I'll even call that a 5, maybe even 5 and a hair. Shotgun back on either side, not necessarily a pro set. There's the give. Larson reading his blocks well. In the hole, but he'll fall forward. You love falling forward, and he's close to a first down.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be just short, but giving them a 3rd and short, which is always gives you a lot of options when you're on offense.
Follows the block of Connor King, 6'3", 236, and a senior. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 7-0 Snohomish. And they will just keep it on the ground and surge straight ahead and get that first down easily. You mentioned you get all the toys in the toy box on 3rd and short, and they just decided to keep it with the basics.
They did, and we don't see Hammer going up under center very often, usually always in the shotgun, but that time, just again, we talked about him. He's a big kid, and he's able to just power forward for the first down.
4-man front for Terrace. 1st and 10.
Yep.
Penalty marker down. What'd you see?
One of the linemen for Snohomish flinched, and so that'll be an illegal procedure penalty against Snohomish.
Panthers in the all-black look. That's still throwing them off a little bit because I know that Mountlake Terrace loves to rock the black uniforms too. 2:37, and the clock continues to roll despite the penalty. On a gorgeous night in Snohomish County. From the gun, Larson on his left hip. Cale Hammer wipes his hands off. Sets him in motion, play fake. Shovels that one too high.
Got a little bit excited. Of course, when you're a left-hander and you're rolling to your right, you've got to take a second to twist your body, and he tried to get that thing out in a hurry and just overthrew the receiver.
2:16 to go, opening quarter. Broadcasting in crystal clear, sparkling 4K on STSPN. Be on the road a little bit next week. Lake Stevens, the site. That's going to be a big one. This one's a big one too. From the gun, just straight drop and a heave. There should maybe be a penalty on the incompletion, but there is not. What'd you see?
Yeah. Well, Arian Motigati, well, it looked like he had his hand on the receiver's back, but nothing called, and they bring it back. Snohomish trying to go for a big play there on second and long.
Let's see what Ron Henthorn saw. Did you see anything down there, Ronnie?
I saw exactly what you just said up there. He had his hand on his back, but not pushing, so not interfering, and the ball was actually thrown out of bounds.
Oh, okay. So not even a catchable ball. Thank you, Ron Henthorn. Back to it, 3rd down and 15. So look for Cale Hammer to put it in the air again from the 35. And just as I say that, it's a fake and a run up the right side, and you'll get basically the penalty yardage back, and it'll bring up 4th down and about 10 and a punt.
Little inside reverse to Caleb Podel, and Mountlake Terrace wasn't fooled. Unfortunately, one of their players down, looks like number 26.
It's Nahom Ezra.
Yeah, is going to be attended to by the coaching staff of Mountlake Terrace, and I just hate to see that.
Absolutely. Second game of the season. We'll take a break here, I believe, for this medical timeout. 7-0, Snohomish in front on STSPN.
They weren't attending to his legs or anything. So
Back to work here on STSPN, the voice of Bill Kusler there. And just heard from Ron Henthorn on the sidelines. Ronnie, did you say an official got wiped out on that one too?
He was down there with him at the same time, so they both were bumping together. Maybe they collided. I don't know.
But everybody seems to be all right. Left the field on his own power. Did the player Ezra. Punt is away, and it's a bit of a beauty. Down to around the 20. That's where it will be 1st and 10 for the visitors from Mountlake Terrace. 1 or 2 on the opening 2 drives for Snohomish.
Yeah, that was a nice series for the Mountlake Terrace defense. Down by a touchdown to get a quick stop and get your offense back on the field.
Now let's see if the Mountlake Terrace Hawks have anything to answer back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Got some scores for you as we go along. Plenty of action going on around WESCO. But first, this 3-4 defense gets another crack at Matthew Meadows and company. Give up the left side, and nice job fighting on the line for one of the up-front guys for Snohomish.
Gavin Maynard came up and shot the gap. Jones had the ball. It looked like he had quite a bit of running room, and Maynard just brought him down on a very sure tackle.
The open field tackle, if you will, fighting free from the line. Love that. In case you're new to listening to Amp Harrell broadcast, loving the big dudes. You got to take care of the line.
If I was running the ball, I'd want Amp leading the way too.
Ooh, the shot right there. Speaking of a shot, taking one down the field, nearly picked off from full extension. Cole Tiller off the deflection. It's just an incomplete pass, but you mentioned it. Terrace is not afraid to chuck the tater.
Yep. Meadows trying to get the ball to twos again. His favorite receiver just overthrew him a little bit, and it was defended well by Snohomish.
Snohomish gets the stop on 1st down. They get the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now you're behind the sticks. You're off schedule. So what's Terrace have for a 3rd down and a long 9?
It's like Terrace is calling timeout now.
Okay, well, they'll talk about it as well. We'll step aside for a break. 7-0 Snohomish. 61 ticks left in the 1st on STSPN. STSPN live WESCO coverage. Snohomish and Mountlake Terrace, and the Hawks of Mountlake Terrace facing a 3rd down and long, Bill Kusler.
Coach Archie Malloy giving him a talk with that timeout. Let's see what they come up with.
Straight drop, good protection, heaves it to the sideline, knocked away! And they're going to call the penalty. I thought that was solid defense from Easton Leonard. Did you see anything, Bill?
Yeah, it was close, but yeah, that ball, had that ball been thrown about a yard beyond, Twos did have a step on him, and so looks like it will be.
They call holding?
Call a little bit of a hold. That might have occurred before the action that we saw. So
let's check in with Ron Henthorn on the sideline. Ronnie, did you see if that was away from the play or was that on the defense?
I don't know exactly either. I didn't think he held him on the pass play, so it might have been somewhere else he called it.
Okay, interior of the line, I suppose. Coach Hammer did say that it was going to be a battle in the trenches. So with that, it's an automatic 1st down, Bill Kusler.
So Mountlake Terrace trying to get a little bit of momentum on offense. They've had a couple of good plays, but have not been able to sustain anything.
Bailing them out there at a holding call on the Panther defense. Straight drop, rolls to the near side, dumps it off, incomplete, intended for Malachi Hashimoto.
Ball was a little bit high, but I think that's a ball that he should have been able to bring in. Nice play. I like the way they're they're rolling Meadows out away from the Snohomish Panther rush. And that time, the receiver Hashimoto was open, just could not bring the ball in.
I think defending on that play was Mason Podol, but really that was just a little too high, or as you pointed out, he didn't climb the ladder and pull it back in.
He would have had some running room too had he been able to bring that in.
Tyler Schenkel and I think Logan Hughes to the near side. Two receivers this way as they load it up. Snap and a give, and ow, that hurt.
Yeah, Hashimoto had a hole for just a moment, and all of a sudden it just absolutely closed in a hurry.
I think that was Peyton Clark that just ran him over. That was brutal. Hashimoto, not the biggest of dudes, 5'4", 145, and a senior.
Sometimes those are those guys behind the big linemen, and they're difficult to see, and that being a smaller of stature works to your advantage, but not that time.
Not that time indeed. 15 seconds left to go in the opening stanza. Third down, and we'll call it 7 from the 33. I don't know if they have to snap it if they don't want to, but under center goes Meadows. Straight drop, rolls to the near side again, feels the heat, heaves it to the middle of the field. That one is caught, and it is a first down into positive territory. Logan Hughes, have yourself a game.
He is bailing out his quarterback like no one I've ever seen. Meadows just having a difficult time. He was under pressure that time, was able to get the ball away right before he was hit, and Hughes just plays the ball like a center fielder in baseball, follows the track and just goes up and gets the ball. Very, very impressive athleticism by Logan Hughes.
As the Snohomish Panthers will trot off the field, end of one. It is 7-0 Panthers, but the Hawks are driving on STSPN.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $200 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to work for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks after converting that first down from the plus 40. Straight eye backfield, and away they go on 1st and 10. Snap and a give, and not a whole lot there for Zevion Jones. Scoreboard update from out of town. Monroe leads Shorecrest 7-0 in the first, and the game that everybody and their mom is watching, Lake Stevens leads the Bellevue Wolverines 14-7, that one in the first.
Lake Stevens has something to prove after being upset by Garfield last week, and it looks like that they are taking it to Bellevue. That's a very interesting score.
GP over Chemist, by the way, 7-0 in the first. Cascade of Everett leading Newport Bellevue 14-7, and Stanwood leads Pilchuck 7-3. 7-0 here, Snohomish. Hard count by Meadows, and now more whistles. And now another timeout. Want to go ahead and take another break, I suppose? Step aside for another timeout. 11-12 to go in the second. 7-0 Snohomish on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterline.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. That's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Jones in the backfield. They'll give to Jones, and he will start right, go left, and get snowed under. In on the tackle, say that was 50, Oscar Adams.
I've been really impressed with how Snohomish's interior line has played this week on defense, particularly after they struggled so mightily last week. So they obviously did a bunch of work through turnouts through the week, got some things fixed, and just looking a lot better, a lot more confident on defense.
So you're telling me they're putting in the work, as it were?
That's what I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Here from Veterans Memorial Stadium, looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 7 from the plus 38. Two receivers to the right, Logan Hughes and Tyler Schenkel. Kings to the left, I think, with the two tight ends. Shotgun single back, straight drop, feels the heat, heaves it right side. There's another grab for Logan Hughes.
And he just watched the ball. The defensive back had his back to the ball, and so Hughes was able to adjust. It was kind of a back shoulder throw, like you would see Russell Wilson doing back in the past for the Seahawks. Hopefully he won't do it again this coming Monday. But anyway, just a beautiful play by Hughes again to give them a first down. And all of a sudden inside the red zone for the Hawks.
Hughes and Meadows, a winning combination here. And Hughes is wanting the shirt. We'll explain what we mean in a second. Snap and a give, swimming up the left B gap, I suppose. Xavion Jones. He's got an undersized fullback plowing the road in Hashimoto. But hey, shiftiness and leverage.
Jones is a big guy, though, giving the ball 6'2", 215. He can rumble it. Nice gain of 5.
Yeah, 5 yards in the red zone. You'll take that every single time. Snohomish kind of not gassed, but it's like, okay, what do we do now? Plenty of time in the huddle for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. What I mentioned about the shirt, the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game gets a shirt and gets some time on the broadcast here. I think that Hughes wants to add to the wardrobe. Under center now with Hashimoto as an H-back. Straight drop, looks, sets his feet, heaves to the end zone. There's the grab, and there's the touchdown. Logan Hughes off the pass from Meadows, 14 yards, and give him 6.
That was so interesting. When they came to the line of scrimmage, Hughes is over there repositioning the other wide receiver on the left, and then they just did a little bit of a crossing route. Hughes got wide open in the back of the end zone, and Meadows was able to deliver the ball. And Mountlake Terrace 1 point away from tying up this ball game. Snohomish has a man down on the play, being attended to by the training staff.
And they've rolled him over. I don't know if we need to. Well, let's see if Ron Henthorn has any insight on this. Did you see who that was or what happened, Ronnie?
I didn't. He's hitting up right now. He will pick his number up in a minute. But a couple of beautiful passes there by Terrace. You can't count that kid out. That was both pro passes on those last 2 plays.
Wyatt Doran, number 4, is the one who's being attended to right now, and Snohomish certainly does not want to lose him.
Doran, one of the cornerbacks. He was backup left cornerback last week, and he may have been, well, tasked with defending Hughes, which is a tough task in and of itself. Don't want to step aside for a break with the extra point pending.
Hughes was a player of the game against last week against Jackson.
I did not know that.
Actually, there were 3 players of the game.
Okay.
Stephon Jones and Nate Brown were all 3 players of the game last week.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. As Doran will be helped off the field. And we will go for the extra point.
Who called the player of the game?
Lorraine Sims on for the extra point.
Wow, 5'6", 120.
I vaguely remember 120. Very vaguely. I was about $160 throughout most of high school. And I'm 5'7.5". Out of the hold of your quarterback, Matthew Meadows, for the tie. Snap, set, kick is up, wobbly, it's good. Didn't look like much, but he got it through, and the score is tied at 7. We'll take a break. 7-all, Terrace and Snohomish on STSPN.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $200 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Back here on STSPN, 7-all after Lorraine Sims boots that one through. Tied game, and what a statement drive from Terrace there, Bill Kusler.
They did. They struggled a little bit on offense earlier, but Twos came up with some big plays, and on that drive, they really settled down and put a drive together to tie up this ball game. Excellent matchup. I was wondering what this matchup would be like, and we're getting our money's worth today.
Braden Swan, toe to leather. That one taken at the 23. And plenty of room to run. Block downfield. Did not block him in the back. Bye-bye.
It's coming back. There's a hold on here on 50-yard line.
Oh, I did not see the laundry on the field, but I see it now. Mason Podol housed that one, but as Ron Henthorn pointed out, this one likely coming back. I did like the stock blocking downfield as he made darn sure not to block in the back.
It is a hold on Snohomish at the 50-yard line, so bring back. It was an excellent bit of running. You could see the defenders turning over one shoulder, then turning over another shoulder, and Podol just forcing them to guess. Great run back, all for naught, unfortunately, for the Panthers, as they will be marked back 15 yards, and we'll be starting this drive at about their own 37-yard line or so. We'll see where the ball eventually ends up here.
That is unfortunate for the Snohomish Panthers because you give up the tying score and then you immediately just ram that ball right down their throats. I
love it. The world's tiniest ball girl. Or boy. Guess ball boy. Yep, okay.
Person.
7-all, 8:38 to go in the opening half. Snap and a play fake. New quarterback out there as he will drop that one off for Orgill. And love the trickeration as that one gets out across the 50.
That's David Hammer, the sophomore, coming in, putting the ball right on the money.
A Hammer with a nifty play fake and shows the wheels. Now I see Cale Hammer down there with his helmet off. We'll send Ron Henthorn around to kind of see what he sees. 2x2, short side is the left side on a 1st and 10 for David Hammer. Snapping and give a little bobble, trying to get the corner Caleb Podol. And a little contact at the end of the play.
Yeah, that was a little bit unnecessary. And the Mountlake Terrace defender over there
that was kind
of complaining about it, but the official wasn't going to have anything of it. But
this looks like some of the second teamers are getting a little run here with the first team. Under 8 to play in the half as the sun has set over Snohomish. David from the gun, snap and a give Larson. And Larson is met in the hole and will shove forward, and what a game. It's about 8 on that play. Actually, no, check that. He did not get about 8. He started a little farther up than I gave him credit for.
You know, it's possible that Coach Hammer is trying to light a fire under his starters and say, you know, we're not playing with enough emotion. I'm going to get some other kids in to see if they have the fire that we need to come back here.
Receiver to the far side, Parker Jackson, sophomore. Slot receiver that way as well. Motion comes across. That is a play fake, and he will air it out over the top. Sliding grab, Mason Orgill, and it is 1st and goal from around the 5.
I'll tell you, if that's your second string quarterback, you're in pretty good shape. That ball was right on the money, and Orgill making sure with a little bit of a slide that he brought that ball in. And Snohomish on a great drive going deep within Mountlake Terrace territory.
I don't know if Coach Malloy was expecting half the starters to get subbed out and didn't really have a game plan for throwing rainbows. That would have made Hawaii proud. 7-all as the backup Cats driving it down the field. Looks like going Wildcat again. And he dropped the football, picked it up, and hit in the hole. Slung down Mason Orgill. They were trying to reward him, and nothing doing. I think that was 26 on the stop. Nahom Ezra. Yeah, that was a bit of an oopsie.
Yeah, that just totally throws off the tempo of the play and allowed Mountlake Terrace to get in there, shoot the gap, and make the stop.
Over the football, but Tommy Brandvold.
They will continue to go out through the Wildcat, though. Very interesting.
This is apparently their goal line look. High snap that time. Orgill will get it down. Gets a nice block. Gets another one. Dives for the goal line. He's short by about 2 feet. But, man, what an effort and what a block. Somebody threw a fin out there.
Yeah, but there's a reason that they've decided to go Wildcat deep within the territory. It's because it's been effective for them. And now a 3rd and goal down at the 1-yard line.
Jason Marshall out there. Peyton Clark plowing the road at left guard. From the Cat. Orgill off left side. Dives for the goal line. Is he in? He is in. Touchdown Snohomish Panthers. Going Wildcat after the backup quarterback throws a honey.
Well, they did a really nice job answering Mountlake Terrace's scoring drive with one of their own.
That is just an unreal statement. That's Caleb Hodel on for point. Block team is on, and they will get a piece of it, and in high school it's just blown dead there. But it's a 13-7 Snohomish lead. We'll take a break. 5:27 to go in the half on STSPN.
13-7 lead over Mountlake Terrace.
Back to action here on STSPN. We've got an update from Coach Ron Henthorn on the sideline. Ronnie, what'd you find out about the changing of the QBs?
QB was a planned change by Coach Joey there. So I don't think it was a backup quarterback. I think both those kids are starting. So
yeah.
Look for them to look good this time, next time out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know which hammer will go out there, but I think they're in good hands. Kick is away and taken right at the goal line. Missed the open field tackle and just kind of hunting for a body. Carlos Encioso Ramos with a good return for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks.
Yeah, that looked like it could be trouble. He was backing up, took the ball to about his own 4-yard line, but he got a nice little outside run and gets them pretty decent field position to start this drive. They got 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can put an answering drive of their own. It'll be really interesting to see if that missed extra point becomes a factor later in the ball game.
It usually is, my friend. It usually is. Broadcast is presented by Les Schwab, doing the right thing. And we're glad to do the right thing and bring you local sports. Simple as that. Under center goes Matthew Meadows. He's had himself a solid game thus far. Eye backfield. Snap, and it gives Avion Jones. Good surge, and he'll pick up the first down. Tackle made by Andrew Siemens, I believe.
Yeah, that was just a quick hitter, getting good blocking, and Mountlake Terrace's offense is gaining confidence and doing much better as the game has progressed.
That's not what you want if you're a fan of the red and black. But This is a different kind of Terrace team than what we've seen in years past. They've got some swagger. Under 5 to play in the half. You gotta like a pro-style offense too. Logan Hughes plays H-back. There's an H-back either side. This is almost like a modified wishbone kind of thing. Give Hughes, breaks the tackle. Hit at the line, and he is stopped for a loss of about a yard.
Andrew Siemens in on the play to try to do a spin move over on the side. They're just trying to get the ball in his hands. He's their big play guy. And so that time they tried to do a little bit of a fly sweep, but Snohomish was not fooled.
13-7 Snohomish in front. And now what's going on? Oh, just signaled in the play. Quarterback will bring the call in from the sidelines. I'm just not used to the pro-style full huddle. Used to a little sugar huddle, and let's go. 2x2. No, not 2x2. 2 receivers to the near side. I backfield. Snap. Give. Big, huge surge. And the second effort gets him the first down. This is some Jeff Fisher football right here.
Well, Snohomish had a lot of men in the box that time, and once Jones was able to break through that opening line, he had a little bit of running room. And then once he got hit, he just powered forward, and he had a couple of linemen just kind of shoving him in the back, pushing him forward. Nice play for Terrace and another first down. The clock becoming a little bit of a factor with about 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Looks like the line for Snohomish a little bit gassed on the defensive line. They get 3 fresh bodies, but when you're not touched until you're 6 yards deep in the defensive backfield, that's some trouble. Right side Hashimoto, and he'll pick up about 4.
Just a little quick hitter. He was in there in a big hurry, and like we discussed before, being 5'4", you don't see him right away until he's blasting out after you, and all of a sudden Mountlake Terrace running off some chunks in the rushing game.
And just big chunk plays. He did get 4 from the 46-yard line. Again, positive territory for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks.
And Mountlake Terrace was 1-7 last year, you got to remember, but they've done a great job retooling for this season.
They're hungry to go 2-0 and pick up a league win in the process. Trailing right now, though. Sets his man in motion. That's a false start. That's got to be, right? Or is that just a straight-up sack? Did Gavin Maynard just time that thing up perfectly?
That was timed absolutely perfectly. He shot the gap. No one touched him.
My goodness.
Fantastic timing.
I apologize to Gavin Maynard for not calling that sack. He hit it so well, I thought he had to have done something wrong. I've never seen that before. It's like the ball was snapped, and the only guy who knew about it was the opposing player.
You know, sometimes putting a smaller guy, 5'10", 170, putting a smaller guy in that defensive line who's really quick can be effective.
We'll step aside for a break. Timeout on the field. 13-7 Snohomish on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to action here. Mountlake Terrace at Snohomish. Terrace driving on a 3rd down and 10. 2 minutes and a second left in the first half. Think we're going to see big strike, big play?
We'll have to see what they decide if they feel like they have enough time. They don't want to risk a turnover at this point, trailing by 6.
Empty
so
set.
Have to be careful. Excuse me.
No worries. Empty set. 2x3. All out blitz. Flicks it to an up man, and he is hit immediately as well. That was Hughes on the grab. Who on the tackle?
Andrew Siemens, and that was a play where designed inside screen where they let the defensive lineman go by, hoping that no one would be in the middle, but Siemens caught on to it, just was staying right with Hughes and put him down immediately. That was an excellent defensive play by Siemens, reading that and staying home.
The defensive coaching staff for Snohomish just absolutely nailed that one. Got everybody in the defensive or in the offensive backfield. Now we got another timeout. So we'll take another timeout here. No, we'll go down to Ronnie. I believe Ron Henthorn had something on the sidelines. Go.
Well, I just had Terrace is taking their last time out here on this last play with a minute 26 to go here. I think they're going to go for it, but if I were them, I think I'd give it a punt.
Yeah, and if nothing else, I mean, you can't take them with you into the second half. Thanks, Ronnie. But could just be a little cat and mouse game, and again, they do get the football to start the second half.
It's just how much confidence they have in their defense. If they feel like a minute and a half is just not enough time for Snohomish to go half the field, maybe they would try to go for it. But you're taking a big chance. I think I would definitely kick away from the people that they have back, because we saw the one play that was run back for a touchdown on a kickoff and was called back. So try to kick the ball 30 yards up the field, into the sideline where Snohomish can't return it.
Unless they're hiding the... Oh, okay, they are going to go in punt formation. I was watching my monitor and didn't see the punter. The punter is, of course, the quarterback, Meadows. He'll get a clean one and bang this one away. Let it go.
Wasn't pretty, but he did exactly what I thought he should do, which is make sure it's not returned and just gain some yardage.
Cameron Merkel on the recovery, or we'll touch it up, if you will. And so buck 16 left. Pull those chin straps tight. We've still got some football left to be played before the first half goes to a close. Out over the football, the nose guard is going to be Terrence Lindemood.
Okay, so Kalehammer now is back at quarterback.
Snap and a give to it was a play fake, and he will dump that one off incomplete, intended for a sprawling Mason Orgill. But
what great protection he had. He could have stood back there for another 5 or 10 seconds. His offensive line gave him all the time he needed, just could not quite get the ball to his receiver.
Ames was out there, and Ames kept him clean. Quickly to the line now. Shotgun back to his right. Hammer dropping, looking. Kale feels pressure, flicks that one. Oh, that was pretty, but it was incomplete. He apparently lost it on the way to the ground. Looking for Caleb Podol.
So now it's third down. You get an incomplete pass here, and you give Mountlake Terrace another opportunity.
Yeah, the good thing for them is that they're not using up much time. The bad news is, like you said, you have one more oopsie, and now you're staring down a short field. Two receivers to the far side. One receiver as a wing to the right. Kale, snap, give, and a fake. I got mixed up. It's on the far side, but I got mixed up. Was that the cross trap again?
Yeah, little inside reverse to Caleb Podol, who took it out to the left and gained about 3 yards. But now I think that's a good call. They're going to let the clock go down. Mountlake Terrace doesn't have any timeouts left, and they'll just let the clock run as long as possible and probably be willing to take the 5-yard penalty to let the clock go all the way down.
And they didn't fake out Matthew Meadows over there, who made that great tackle on that double back reverse.
Thank you very much, sir. Ron Henthorn on the sidelines with those eagle eyes. 23 seconds, and the clock continues to bleed. And looks like a delay of game penalty. So you guys are exactly right. Nothing surprising at all. Back up at 5.
Yep, that's the right call. Then they give it down to 16 seconds. You punt the ball away, and just as I said, Mountlake Terrace needs to keep it away from a return man. Snohomish needs to do the same. They don't want to break twos free. He's their big play guy, and he is the one that's back to receive this punt.
16 seconds left in the first half. Punt formation for Snohomish. They will hoof this one away. Takes a Mountlake Terrace bounce, and they just have to down it there. Can't risk losing any more yardage.
Okay, so if you have one crazy trick play in your arsenal, this is the time to do it. Just 9 seconds left in the half. Mountlake Terrace trailing Snohomish 13-7. Snohomish, I suspect that we'll see some defensive backs about 40 yards down the field in a little bit of a prevent action.
Yeah, let's just see what they've got drawn up. And if I'm Hughes, I'm not expecting to get this football.
They're going to drop it down. They're not going to run it.
Oh, they're just going to take a knee. Okay. And with that, we will go to the locker room. Any final thought? Oh, actually, I'm not ready to take it to the locker room yet. I'm going to see if we can catch us a coach before we go to break. Any thoughts on this one as we wait for the coaches?
Well, I think the game is close and hard fought, just like we kind of expected. I'm very impressed with the drives that were put on, but the defense has come to the fore in a few places too, and we have a 6-point ball game, which is always nice to have a very competitive game to watch and broadcast.
Looks like Ronnie may have Coach Joey Hammer, and so we'll send it down as soon as he is ready. 13-7 your score. Ronnie, you got him?
I got it right here. Okay. Ron down here with Joey. Joey, you're leading this ball game 13-7, but it's been really tough in the trenches down there, don't you think?
It has. We got to keep competing and winning it.
Well, quarterback switch-up, was that planned, or did that just automatically happen for you Hammer guys?
We had it planned. We got to be intentional about things, and it gave us some motivation. We went down and scored.
You got some good passing out of both of those young men tonight.
It is. They're electric. They both believe in it, and they're all about the team.
And change up anything in the second half?
We got to finish on defense better. We got to finish, and we got to on offense continue to compete.
Okay, Joey. Good luck in the second half. Thank you, man.
Yep. Thank you. Go Panthers.
Back to you to amp up there, and we'll see you at the second half start out.
Thank you very much, Ron Henthorn. Bill, I think we'll just go ahead and take it to the locker room and come back on the other side with second half coverage. 13-7. Still plenty of ball to be had. This is STSPN coverage presented by Les Schwab.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts. Training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC strawweight champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
You have to be a good individual first before you can be a good team player. I know for a fact how bad Hell Week is. I went through it a couple times. It's probably the most brutal military training anybody can go through. So everybody to my left and everybody to my right, they've been through this. So I know mentally, these individuals are extremely hard. And when stuff gets bad and, in any situation, I know these guys have my back.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, Wedge doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Take it on heavy.
Here on a team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else on the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Introducing Corey, the new recruit. Our Seattle area plumbing company just keeps on growing. Every day, every job, every person is a champion on our team. How we support each other to support our customers is changing the game.
Hey, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, Corey here. How could it possibly be this great to work for a plumbing company? Gene Johnson Plumbing really sets the bar. They are trend-setting the nation for a plumbing company. My wife, for the first time in years, wants to bake and cook for my team. Gene Johnson Plumbing is my new plumbing home away from my own, and I will stand by that until I retire. I'm happy.
Experience respect, pride, and appreciation for doing great work.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $200 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Harrell here, Bill Kusler there. It's 13-7. Snohomish with the lead over Terrace, but Terrace will get the ball when we resume play. Before I get your thoughts on this upcoming second half, I did want to give a scoreboard update. Braves leading the Mariners 4-2 in the middle of the fifth, but the games that we're really focusing on, high school games, there's an upset a brewing perhaps. Bellevue coming from behind in the second. It's Bellevue 21, Lake Stevens 17.
I don't know if you can call that an upset. Bellevue has just been so strong for so long, but that's a great matchup. And wow, the possibility of Lake Stevens opening the season 0-2, no one would have thought that would happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling it an upset, is Lake is looking to avenge the opening loss, and they had the lead, and now they don't. Monroe leading Shorecrest 14-7. Just getting underway, Edmonds Woodway hosting Kamiak. GP and Camas, another heavyweight slugfest, 14 all in the second. Cascade of Everett leading 28-21 over Newport Bellevue. Linden Christian all over Archbishop Murphy. Wildcats trail 21-0. Those games are in the second, except the Cascade score is in the third. And that is about all I have. I also have Stanwood 14-10 over Pilchuck. That one at the half. Your thoughts as we start the second half of this one?
Well, as we recall, Mountlake Terrace won the toss, elected to defer, so they'll get the football first coming into the second half. And I think that they're just going to, try to take advantage of that combination of Matthew Meadows to Logan Tews and try to get him open in different spaces on the field and let him, play the ball, go to the ball like he has. And you notice that once he started to do that, that really opened up the inside for Xavion Jones, who in the first quarter didn't do much of anything, but really got his legs under him in the second quarter and started to run. Snohomish, I think they're just looking for more consistency, to try to match that drive, that first drive that they had early in the ball game. I thought that bringing in their backup quarterback kind of led a charge under him, went down and get that second score. And let's see if they can keep that emotion and momentum going in the second half. For Snohomish, if they can get a 3-and-out stop, get the ball in good field position, get a drive going, they can really be in the driver's seat. Mountlake Terrace has to feel like they really want to answer before Snohomish gets their hands on the football once again.
I fully agree with that, Bill Kusler. We'll go down to the sidelines and check in with a third member of our crew, that being Ron Henthorn. Ronnie, are you seeing anything different with the battle in the trenches that we maybe can't see up here?
Well, I think you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing from down here, guys. So I don't expect to see a whole lot different, except if I were Terrace, I think I'd put the ball in the air a little bit more.
Fair enough. Before we let you off the hook and let you go hunting for more insights on the sideline, you have a different view from anybody, really, on that kind of cross trap, the misdirection, the extra handoff, kind of hide the eggs stuff that Snohomish is doing. What are you kind of seeing with that? What should we look for as we watch it on TV?
You just kind of watch for which direction the quarterback heads the first time, and you'll figure that out next time.
Fair enough. Just keep your eyes on number 13, or if it's not number 13,
number 7. Huh?
Number 7. Thank you.
All right.
That is Ron Henthorn patrolling the sidelines for us, and we'll try and get Ronnie to keep an eye on number 4 in black, that being Wyatt Doran. He is following around Coach Hammer And he was the player that got injured earlier for Snohomish and had to come out.
Now, just watching him walk, how gingerly he's walking, I don't know if he's going to get back into the ball game.
Questionable, you'll say?
You can just watching him. He can't even run. He's just kind of walking behind coach. And I'm sure that he's, just really disappointed if he can't get back in this ball game. But you have to take care of your body and live to play another day and not risk, getting
injured,
getting an even bigger injury.
Yeah, and of note, he does have his helmet on, which has kind of surprised me, because normally when you're questionable to return, they take your headset away, they take your helmet away, and keep you from putting yourself back in the game. Just about ready to get this one underway as Snohomish on defense. The Mountlake Terrace Hawks will have the ball. We'll have the opening kickoff, actually, shortly, as they take a little extra time to get everybody, back in sorts after the stirring halftime performance by the Snohomish Marching Band.
One thing that I'm noticing right now that's kind of interesting to me, oftentimes, you'll see teams in the huddle before the game or for the first half, they're jumping around and yelling and screaming and stuff, but both of these teams seem really calm. And I'm not saying that whether that's a positive or a negative, I'm just noticing that it's just kind of interesting compared to some of the huddle-ups before halves that I've seen before.
The rowdy, the let's go, the Ray Lewis ticked off for greatness kind of things. Both sides, to your point, seem to be taking their cues from the Marine JROTC crew here at Snohomish High. Just calm, cool, and collected. As we tee it up here, we're presented by Les Schwab Tires. Also sponsored by McDaniel's Do It Center, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, GNS Heating, Gene Johnson Plumbing, Airfield Espresso, Adrenaline Fundraising, Bickford Ford, Monster Energy Drinks, the U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Army. We're ready to make it rock here as it is teed up for Caleb Podel. Just one man back deep. Two back deep for the white-clad Hawks. Taken on a hop. That is Hughes, and he will run into a host of bodies and get sent backwards. And on the stop, Maximus McDicken. Collision there.
There have been a lot of McDickens that have come through Snohomish High School back way, way, way back when I was in school. I went to school with two of them.
Fair enough. The insight from Bill Kusler. He's seen a snap or two of football, folks. 3-4 defense from the Panthers. Back in the eye is Avion Jones. Single setback. It's an ace set, and they'll give it to Jones. He'll break the first tackle, powers through about three others and dragging men.
There's an example of who wanted it more, and that time Jones was not to be denied, twisting and turning, going and getting a first down on his first run of the ball game.
Seth Aboud, the second man to him, and he did exactly what you're supposed to. He locked on and went for a ride. As you mentioned, Xavion Jones, 6'2", 215. It's about as good as you're going to get. 11:30 to go, third quarter, start of the second half. Shotgun with a back to either side, in a sense. Dropping and rambling is Meadows, and he will flick this one down the field. Incomplete. Intended for his safety blanket to use.
That is such a difficult thing for a quarterback to do, is to sprint out to your opposite side and then try to throw across your body to a receiver. And he just a little bit short and a little bit too far out, and Tews could not make a play on the ball.
Still, it was 1st and 10, so you're not too far off schedule here. Playing around the 40-yard line from the 37. I'm with you. I really think that Terrace needs to put some points on the board before they give the football back. This is a critical juncture for the Panther defense, too. Snap, give, up the left side, has some room, good stiff arm, and he will turn and churn and burn and be near the first down. Xavion Jones is fun to watch.
We talked about how strong he is up the middle. He showed some good speed that time on the outside. The first Panther defender took an angle that wasn't quite right, and he was able to speed past him and get a nice gain.
Footwork is very important. Oscar Adams with the stop. I think Adam Wallace was helping to plow the road there. 3rd down and 3. They didn't give him a favorable spot. Said he went out of bounds shy of the 45.
Yeah, I thought he was closer to the first down marker as well.
But again, they all had to kind of surge out of the way because he was running towards the chain gang. Under center is Matthew Meadows. And he will goose the center and surge forward for that first down.
That's a great play when the quarterback just signals with his hand, and basically he and the center are the only one that take off. And it's a strange timing thing. The defense is ready, and he's able to surge forward for a first down. Interesting call.
When he went under center right there, I know he's gone under center quite a bit in this game with the I backfield, but I was like, oh, they're going to run it on 3rd and 3? Okay. Quarterback keeper and fresh set of downs. Late arriving member of that offensive line back in the deep shotgun here. Watch for a possible pass. Blitz is coming, picked up well. Here comes the pass attempt. He is in the grasp, throws that one incomplete just over Logan Hughes, but that was well designed and well defended.
Yeah, they did. They blitzed 2 linebackers, and they were actually picked up quite well. He had a little bit of time, but then once he was trying to set up to throw, then he came in the grasp, and I think it was actually lucky that he mailed that thing out of bounds.
He had the upper body strength, though. He was in the grasp, but that was not grounding. He threw it towards the man, just missed him by about 5 yards. 2nd down and 10 again from just shy of midfield. 6-point game, as my broadcast partner Bill Kusler mentioned. Extra point missed. Snap and a give, and hit at the point of contact and dropped for a gain of about, they'll call it 3. Zevion Jones shoving his way in.
Yeah, nice play by Mason Orgill, just going in there and putting a shoulder into him.
3rd down and call it 7 from positive territory. Oscar Adams, I believe, the man over the football. Adams and Seth Aboud. Aboud is the nose, I think. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun, straight drop. Token pressure comes, lobs it across. The comebacker at the 40. They're going to say incomplete.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed because he's made some spectacular plays, and that would have been another spectacular one, but he did have the ball in his hands momentarily, and it just popped out.
Logan Hughes couldn't haul it in. Decision time, and it's a quick one as they will go into punt formation.
I'm curious if Mountlake Terrace has any running backs who can throw the football, because I would love to see kind of a pitch type play and then pass from the halfback to see whether they could connect to twos in that way.
That could be fun to watch. I've seen a couple of those in my day in person at the high school level. Back in a short punt formation, just barely got that one off the coffin corner, off the toe of Matthew Meadows. And now we'll see what the Panthers have.
I think the coaching staff has told Meadows, we do not want Snohomish returning any punts. So if you have to sacrifice 10 or 15 yards on the length just to get it out of bounds and out of people's hands, then go ahead and do it.
Well, special forces, special teams are a weapon, and it's a very important and often overlooked part of football. They're using that to their great advantage.
Okay, let's see what Snohomish has in store with us on their first drive of the second half.
2 receivers wide to the near side. It's a snap and a give to Larson, and he will be snowed backwards. If he got anything, it was maybe a foot. And on the stop, Logan Hansen. So not a whole lot there. I think everyone in the building knew he was running that ball.
Oh, Snohomish, Gabriel Ames came off of the field kind of holding his shoulder, so they're attending to him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And
maybe we get Ronnie to take a look at that. Taking his helmet off. Good eyes. 2nd, and we'll call it 10. Play fake, and keeping it himself is Cale Hammer, and he will get tripped up basically by the yard line.
That was a play that was effective in the first half, a kind of little read option play, took it in put it into the running back's gut, takes it back out, and finds a hole. That time, Mountlake Terrace defended it much better than they did in the first half.
3rd down and 6 after the gain of, we'll call it 3.5. Straight drop, Hammer. Dumps that one off. That was nice. That was well done to Parker Jackson, and that'll move the sticks.
That was perfectly designed. They had 3 receivers split out to the left-hand side, and one receiver did a post pattern underneath, one did a sideline, and then he just went and kind of found a little bit of an opening just past the first down marker. The ball was drilled in perfectly, and Snohomish gets a first down.
Brandvold over the football, motion to the backfield, snap and to give. That was a jet sweep with Caleb Podel. Not a whole lot there. Get about, call it 3. 2.5, 3.
Yeah, you're perfectly content if you can get like 4 yards a pop and just keep grinding them out, getting first downs. You have the lead in the ball game. Snohomish should be very happy with that.
High snap. There's the fake, and Hammer will call his own number and make it a 3rd down and about yard and a half, or half a yard.
They're starting this half pretty much the same way play calling wise that they started the ball game. And remember, they were kind of pounding, and then all of a sudden, Hammer hit that long completion when the Mountlake Terrace defense was kind of sucked up to try to stop the run. See if they try that again.
Barth was the blocker that time. Fresh end in, and Gavin Maynard bunched to the right side. Pressure comes, looking for the screen, a little bit too high. He'll gather it in and get the first down, and Orgill will set his feet and scoot down the far sideline. That is some high-level awareness by Mason Orgill, the senior.
Yeah, that was all him, just juking and going back and forth and finding a little seam and then using some speed to get down there. Excellent run after the catch.
Hey, Ronnie, do you have any updates on the sideline on the injured lineman for Snohomish, Gabriel Ames?
I do not, no.
All right. Well, he's putting the headgear back on, so maybe there's not much to update on. Under 7 to play in the 3rd, and Snohomish on the move with a 1st and 10. Cale Hammer, play fake, feels the pressure, and he's just going to, he's going to heave it down the field. He is going to heave it down the field to Maynard, and Maynard down to the 11. I was following at the back end of the play, and you want to talk about selling out for your team there.
Very nicely done. He paid the price, but he got the ball out there. You can see that baseball ability in him, the way he fired that ball in. Looks like he might be a little bit shaken up as he comes off the field. And let's see if Snohomish elects to go back into the Wildcat formation. They did it earlier when they got in the red zone, and it looks like they may be doing it again.
Yeah, a little frustration, I think, from Cale Hammer having to come off there as Mason Orgill will run things from the Wild Panther, the Wildcat formation. Cole Taylor split out wide to the right, just off your screen. He will take that direct snap and go left side, tackled by Matthew Meadows, the quarterback defensive back. Approaching 6 to play in the 3rd.
You always kind of cringe when your quarterback is playing defense and puts a shoulder into someone.
Yeah, I remember fair share of quarterback defensive backs and quarterback linebackers too. Orgill on 2nd and 6 from the 8. High snap, takes care of business, gets out to the right side, keeps his wheels, and finally decked down by Betty Bressie.
So remember that they can get a first down without scoring here. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and, maybe a yard.
Yeah, scoreboard says 3rd down and a yard, but the dial-it-down over there shows it's about 2.5.
Well, he's standing about 4 yards beyond the sideline, so our angle is a little bit tricky from up here.
Has a Ginch back there, and Orgill going to bubble back and take it himself and get in standing up. Penalty marker down, though. Penalty marker down. Ronnie, did you see it?
That's going to be a hold on, Snohomish. He's coming back.
That's what I thought. I think that might have been Gavin Maynard, 11, getting in there. Was that what you saw?
Look, I was on the other side of the field, so I couldn't see that. But I find it interesting that we don't have the number 7 Hammer quarterback in there.
They tend to go Wildcat in this goal-to-go set. So
Yeah. So and he's taking the ball every time. So right now it's a little bit different. 3rd and 11. Here comes the coach. Here comes the Hammer.
Okay, and that is David Hammer. Here comes the Hammer indeed.
You can't touch this.
Well, that's what Terrace is going to try and say. I disagree about. Cale Hammer in from the gun. Kyle Larson, a couple of yards to his left. Everybody also to the left.
Oh,
Here's
wide
this
open.
one out. That is a thing of beauty, and he hauls it in. Touchdown, Parker Jackson off the throw from David Hammer. That was even better.
How in the world do you get that open in the end zone? He was all by
Got
himself.
a penalty on the play, guys. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, penalty right in the middle.
I'm not sure what the signal was there, but it's against the Homers, I think.
Well, that'll take that back. Maybe there's a reason he was that open.
Little jam shot, little push
I wonder
off.
if they called like a pick or something.
Now let's watch the white hat here. I guess they already signaled it. Referee Jim Broughton. Oh, ineligible man downfield. So, yeah, might have been covered up. That is a kick in the teeth, and now it's 3rd down and 15 from the 17. Hammer drops, sets his feet, airs it out to the right side. Incomplete.
Almost picked off. Nice defensive play by Mountlake Terrace. It looked like he was open momentarily, but the Terrace defender was able to adjust and knock that ball away.
He was open, and if that ball had been just another foot longer, he would have been a touchdown. So
Caleb Podel on for the field goal, up by 6.
This is not a chip shot. This is a 35-yarder, which is pretty long in high school football.
Very much so. Snap, set, kick is up. That is pretty. It is true. It is up and good. 35-yarder, and it is 16-7. Snohomish with the lead.
That would have been good from 45. What a nice kick that was.
That was a mule shot. We'll step aside for a break. Under 5 to play in the third. 16-7 Snohomish on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to it on STSPN. Quite a hoof from, that would be Caleb Podel.
Yeah, when you have a kicker that can kick like that, it is such an advantage. It looked like Snohomish is going backwards. Then they end up getting 3 points. They're up by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to change the complexity of this game and the complexion of this game. Scoreboard update, it's at least 23-21. Lake Stevens back on top of Bellevue there in the third. There may be an extra point we've missed. Looked like there was a false start or an offsides or something on that kick as it is taken into the end zone, and they'll just blow it dead for the touchback. High school rules.
Yep, high school rules saved the day that time. So the ball, his momentum took him back into the end zone, and so it will be a touchback. And now Mountlake Terrace in a little bit more of a desperate mode here. They are down by 9.
Yeah, that's not what you draw it up, but I think with 5 minutes to go in the third, you still have a little bit of time to run your offense and not do anything goofy. But it's be careful country.
Yeah, let's see if they can get Jones on the move again. You know, he's had a couple of runs that he just pounded forward for 10, and let's see if he can inspire his offensive line to give him some room here.
Trying to get a scoreboard update from the Lake Stevens game. 7-0, Edmonds Woodway leading Kamiak in the first. That one's a little unexpected. Warriors with the advantage. Snap and a give, and Zavion's going nowhere.
I was really enjoying watching Gavin Maynard before that play, coming up, getting in one gap, then going over to the other gap, and really trying to confuse the assignments on Mountlake Terrace's offensive line, and it worked that time because they were able to throw him for a loss.
By the way, I have a little more update on that Lake Stevens game. Jaden Lamar, a 5-yard touchdown run. Extra point was blocked, but it was a 69-yard drive they capped off against Bellevue. That's a fun one. 16-7. We'll have Lake Stevens on these airwaves next week. Quick strike, flick to the near side. That is Schenkel, and Schenkel will evade tacklers and get shoved out into a sea of black.
That's the type of play that can set up something interesting later when you get that flat pass, and later you never know. Like I said, if they have someone else that can throw, you can do that little flat pass backwards and then do a double pass. I would love to see that.
Matthew Meadows will bring in the signal to Logan Hughes and the rest of the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. Mason Podol and Lucas Bosa among the guys up front for Snohomish. 3rd and 4. Snap give, ducks his head, and undercut. Undercut around the 30. That's closer than I thought. Got a good angle.
Got about a yard to go. Now you find out what kind of a gambler Coach Archie Malloy is. Do you take the chance down by 9 this deep in your own territory?
Looks like they will, or at least they'll sell it.
Well, they may also try to draw Snohomish off sides, and remember that quarterback is also their punter.
Under center is Meadows. Deep back behind him, he'll look to the sidelines, and there are whistles, and that's probably a timeout. And that is it. 3:16 to go in the third, 16-7 Snohomish. Back after this on STSPN. Back here on STSPN, trying to get inside the minds of Coach Archie Malloy and Snohomish High head coach Joey Hammer.
Well, we're trying to figure out, were they trying to draw them off sides? It looks like they were trying to determine what kind of a defense Snohomish was going to put there, and then maybe call a play based on what they saw before. And it looks like, they could go for it here. Let's take a look. Wow.
Meadows out of the timeout. Deep crouch. Snap gives Avion. Has a hole, and I think he got there. Tackle made by Mason Podol, but the gamble pays off.
That's the type of call that is really going to help them throughout the season later in the year. You were telling your offensive line that you have confidence in them, that they can get a 4th and 1 from your own 30-yard line. And the fact that they made it, that's not only going to help them in this game, but it's going to help them throughout the entire season, knowing that the coaching staff has that kind of confidence.
Eli Sweat and company take him out to the line. Trevor Coble out there on the far side as well. 1st and 10. And a sack. That was a missed assignment, a blown assignment. It's your buddy.
Gavin Maynard has had a ball game. Wow.
Offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he just did a great job once again shooting the gap, and Meadows had absolutely no place to go. 2nd down and long. We'll just leave it at that. But scoreboard update, the Camas GP game, 21-all at the half. That is a slugfest. And Glacier Peak with one of the toughest opening schedules I've ever seen in high school. Going to be busy next week, too. If they're going to unseat Lake Stevens in the 4A, that's going to really help them as long as they stay healthy.
Blitz coming, picked up, dumps that one off in the flat, incomplete. intended for Logan Hughes. And what I love about this from the Snohomish Panther perspective, they're putting bodies on that guy.
Yeah, they are really coming to play here in the second half and putting all that pressure. Meadows just absolutely running for his life. He is getting rid of the football, but he just does not have enough time to set up.
Snohomish has changed up the coaching personnel, and Joey Hammer has handed off the defensive play calling this season, and the defense is dialed up to perfection in this contest tonight.
Yeah, this is so good for Snohomish after the struggles that they had last week to have their defense, which gave up 42 points last week, holding Mountlake Terrace to 7 here almost at the end of the third quarter.
1:58 to go. And marching them to the line, Matthew Meadows on a third down and call it 20 from their own 25. Back behind him. Ginch back up as well, and a flinch.
Got a little illegal procedure call on the right tackle here.
Oh, that was not what I saw, and I have no reason to doubt you. Terrace kind of.
He's absolutely right.
Fair enough. You saw that one too down there, Ronnie?
I did see it right on front.
We will leave the names off to protect the innocent or not so innocent, but that'll move them back 5 more, and it's 3rd and 25.
Yeah, at this point, you don't probably just hand it up the middle and try to punt the football away. You do not want to risk a turnover this deep in your own territory.
Play the field position game. Meadows. Give.
Ooh, look
off
out.
the left side. Got to get the edge. He needs a block. He does not get it. And what a man's tackle. That was beautiful by Brody Strant, I believe.
Wow. Showed great speed because it looked like he was off to the races, and he somehow caught him from behind. Excellent tackle, and Mountlake Terrace will be forced to punt the football away.
Ronnie, did Strant just outrun him, or was that a good angle too?
I think he just outran him. He was just almost going straight at him.
Wow. Okay, and Strant will stay out there for this 4th down and 17 punt coverage. Looks like they're going to bring the house. Pressure comes. He will get away a honey. End over ender and tackled immediately at the 40-yard line.
Great coverage on the play by Tyler Schenkel, getting down there and doing it smartly too, not arriving before the football got there, not leading with the helmet, just a good sure tackle to bring him down.
So Snohomish with 1:08 left in the third, they can put this thing on ice or close to it if they can chew up a bunch of clock here.
I know that's what they'd love to do, kind of shades of Snohomish in the past with that grind-out running attack that Snohomish has been so effective with pretty much for the last 50 years. And first under Dick Armstrong and then under Mark Perry and then they go into the spread, but they still really rely on their running game to open it up for their passing attack.
Terrace running out of ball game here, down 16-7.
And we are getting a mark off here. I'm not exactly sure.
Ronnie, did you see something down there?
I did not see the flag.
Oh, and are we gonna re-kick?
They are going to re-kick.
Okay. Yeah, we were getting ready for action here, and now it's a redo. Mark. Got a scoreboard update. Arlington and Getchell tied at 14 in the third.
There's a hold on the Snohomish D-line.
Oh, hold on the Snohomish D-line. And now more whistles, and now a timeout taken by Snohomish. We'll get ourselves reorganized here. Step aside for a break. 16-7 Snohomish. This is STSPN's coverage of high school football presented by Les Schwab.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Back to action. STSPN's coverage of Snohomish and Mountlake Terrace. Amp Harrell here, Bill Kusler there.
I think it's really interesting, Amp, that Mountlake Terrace accepted the penalty. They got a really good punt off. Snohomish has been getting a lot of pressure on the punter. They got the punt off, had excellent coverage to bring the man that received the punt down. But Mountlake Terrace is electing to kick the ball again. So a little bit surprising in my mind.
Fully agree. So I say also surprising that they allowed someone to have their lights on the far sideline, but it's done a lot of baseball and softball games where they've had to stop it for that reason. A little wobbly.
Oh, did that hit a Snohomish player?
And I think Snohomish fell on it as well.
They really lucked out because that player was not watching the ball. That ball hit his ankle, and Snohomish very lucky that they were able to turn around and plop on that football. That was a live football. So I guess Mountlake Terrace didn't know what they were doing. They almost got the turnover there. But Snohomish dodges a bullet, and they will get back on offense, leading by 9 with 59 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Quick scoreboard updates for you. Still Lake Stevens 23, Bellevue 21 in the third. Edmonds Woodway 7-0 over Kamiak in the first. Cascade of Everett 35-28 over Newport in the fourth. Run up the left side and just kept it churning. Mason Orgill with quite the carry.
Yeah, very nicely done. It's a little bit of a cutback, a little bit of a spin and a twirl. Pick up a quick 5.
I think Peyton Clark blocking on that one. And with 38 seconds left, a little sugar huddle for Hammer and Company. Lake Stevens appears to have gotten a touchdown. Snap and a give right side and a first down. Kyle Larson, and that will most likely be the last play of the third quarter. They will stop the clock to move the chains.
Yeah, just the power game now. We have the opportunity to see which team is in the best shape of this early in the season.
Camus with the lead in the third, 28-21 over GP. Here's a quick free play. Snap and a give. Left side. Big hole. Ooh. The ball. Did the ball come loose there?
Well, Larson, I know Larson
it did not. Okay.
was running right next to Orgill, and it was almost like they both got hit at the same time.
That was why I thought that it might have come loose.
Yeah, but Larson was able to pop forward for another nice gain as we run out the end of the third quarter.
We will step aside for a break. Fourth quarter to come. 4 fingers in the air. 16-7 Snohomish on top on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Back here on STSPN, let's go to the sideline to Ron Henthorn. Ronnie, you've got a special guest on the line with us.
I got Randy down here. Randy, can you say hi to the fans?
Hi.
And tell me what you're doing out there tonight.
I'm just being a ball boy.
And do you like doing that?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
How long you been doing it?
I just started yesterday. I didn't think I was, but I did. It was fun.
All right, thank you a lot. And you're his handler, right?
Yeah, my name's Drake.
Drake? Drake. All right, thank you, Randy. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Wow, the kid's that young and he has his own handler. That's amazing.
Yeah, see, I'm still waiting on mine. I've been in radio for 20 years.
Oh, wide open.
Free play up the middle. Pass is caught, and that is a walk-in touchdown through the air. Cale Hammer finding one of his favorite targets, Mason Orgill, and give him 6.
That was really well done. Snohomish starting to pound the rock on the ground. You could see the Mountlake Terrace defenders, particularly the corners and the safeties, kind of cheating up a little bit, trying to get closer to the box.
Oh. Did we get ourselves another penalty?
Sure looks like it.
Wow, I wonder what this one is. Again, how did he get that wide open? Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, there's the hanky on the 40.
But that's 2 touchdowns called back and a couple of other big plays.
Holding.
Another hold. Wow.
Oof. I think I know who was guilty of that infraction too, but that will take points off the board and basically take this one off ice for a moment.
That's going to be some laps on Monday.
Yeah, you're going to run till you puke. If they can still let them do that or still make them do that, then yeah.
Okay, that was getting back to the play, even though it was called back, that was a beautifully thrown ball, and he was absolutely wide open.
Let's try this again on 2nd and 14. Snap and a give, and Kyle Larson eluding tacklers. Got through the grasp of Eli Sweat, 5'9", 205, and a couple of Fritos.
Then he ended up with about 8 white jerseys all around him. So 3rd down, big defensive play for Mountlake Terrace. And it'll be interesting to see if Snohomish is in 4-down territory here in Mountlake Terrace side of the field.
Yeah, just trying to run clock, and if you can get points, groovy. 16-7. Terrace wasn't set there, so did not take advantage, but 1-on-2 out in front and down at about the 5. What a throw to Parker Jackson.
Once again, Panthers just have more speed on the outside than the defenders from Mountlake Terrace, and Hammer's just putting the ball in there absolutely perfectly. Now we have a Terrace player down at about the 50-yard line, but again, 2 consecutive balls that were absolutely perfectly thrown.
Just rainbows as they will clear the field. Ronnie, what'd you see?
I saw a beautiful pass by Hammer down there, and I did not see the injury, but we probably should take a timeout here.
Let's step aside for a break. It is 16-7, Snohomish in the red zone now on STSPN.
So it looks like
back here on STSPN. Sorry about that, Bill. Mountlake Terrace trailing 16-7, and Adam Wallace is being helped off the field, favoring lower body. I'll put it that way, favoring one of the legs. But he was taken out of the play back on the 50 when that one was down inside the 5. 1st down and goal to go from the 9 as we will go Wild Panther here. High snap to Orgill. He will just pull it down and lower his head and get inside the 5. Brings up 2nd and short.
Yeah, that's been very effective for them. I know it's got to be frustrating for the quarterbacks to be pulled out, when they get near the goal line, but all for the team.
Peyton Clark over there along with David Ross. I think that's Benjamin Barth too. Snap, and they'll go the other way this time, and he can just run all the way to Cathcart. Unbelievable effort there. Mason Orgill with a touchdown.
They had every lineman slanting their blocking over to the left, making Mountlake Terrace think that that's where the play was going, and he took one step, and he saw that the right-hand side of the field was absolutely wide open, and he was able to dance in for 6.
Yeah, I didn't know you knew where Cathcart was, but I'm glad he stopped before he got there.
Indeed. Going to visit the rivals at GP. 22-7, extra point pending. Snap, set, kick on the way, and good out of the hold of David Hammer. We will step aside for a break. It is 23-7. Mountlake Terrace trailing at Snohomish on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back here on STSPN, we're having our discussions in the break about the Adrenaline Fundraising Players of the Game. Who's putting in the work? You can always let us know in the comments or the chat on that STSPN stream. Amp Harrell here with you, joined by Bill Kusler in the booth, and Ron Henthorn giving me what for on the sidelines. 23-7, big lead and a big statement for the Panthers, as they will tee this one up. Caleb Hodel. And away go the Panthers with a laser beam of a kick. Ooh. And tripped up again in open space. That is Logan Hughes. I've been really impressed with Hughes in this game.
Yeah, he's played an excellent game. Had a lot more opportunity in the first half. He's been kind of quiet here in the second half, but that was great coverage by Brody Strant to go down and make this tackle.
Strant has been a bruiser. He made the defensive stand-up play on the other end of the field earlier in the second half. 10:29 to go in said second half. And out to work goes Matthew Meadows. A give right side, Zavion spinning and knifing and twisting, and it's about 3 or 4. Tackle made by Seth Aboud. Aboud certainly in the mix for a lineman of the game honor, along with Oscar Adams. Adrenaline Fundraising, though, taking care of business with not only the fundraising, but the player of the game honors. 10 minutes to go in this one. And if Mountlake Terrace wants to come back, they've got to put a strike down the field. Breesy and Hughes to the left.
Oh,
and
look at
run up the middle. Big run by a big bruising number 12. Zavion to the outside, trying to outrun the entirety of Snohomish. And he is pushed out of bounds after flipping the field and getting a first down.
If he'd had more on, he'd have probably made it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
They couldn't knock him down. They ran over him.
37-yard run. Very nice.
Zavion Jones, 6'2", 215, and I think that might be shortchanging that young man. Back in from the sidelines, Matthew Meadows with the call. Trevor Coble and company waiting for it. Connor Travis lines down at right guard. Meadows snapping a quick handoff. Hashimoto, ooh. Oh, that was a hit. Hashimoto got decked.
Yep, nice stop by Snohomish. Snohomish, can't let down now. I know they got a comfortable lead. We're counting down in the fourth quarter, but they want to make a statement. They want to keep Mountlake Terrace out of the end zone again. Terrace would desperately like to put more points on the board, get some momentum going towards next week.
Seth Aboud, I thought, had the stop. The announcer said it was Gavin Maynard. Either way, somebody get the number of that truck. Seeing something, Meadows points it out and then goes back under center. Snap, gives Zavion big hole, one-on-one, spins to the outside, dragging 3, now 4 defenders, and he is put down inside the soccer circle.
That is a lot of I want to there. Again, dragging players along and stuff kind of reminds me of a running back that the Seahawks had about 10 years ago. They used to pound them like that. So beautiful run on the play by Zavion Jones.
Jones, just give me a whole team of those dudes, because that's the want to, that's the heart. Lucas Bosa checks out on the defensive line for the Panthers. 8:26 to go, clock runs.
Put number 53 in there. He's got a little more beef on his side.
53 That would be Connor King, 236 on the scales. Straight drop, looks, wobbles, and throws across his body. High point of the football, incomplete. Intended for Hughes. He took a shot from behind.
Yeah, and that ball was just about intercepted. And you could see Meadows backpedaling, throwing off his back foot as he was leaning back. He just didn't have any zip on that ball and just about had it picked.
Lewis Miller out. Mason Podol will check back in. Linebacker spot officially. Second down 10 from the 13. Meadows under center. Eye behind him. Snap give to the tailback, and Xavion will squirt forward. Jones for a few.
Looks like he picked up about 5, so about halfway there. Mountlake Terrace down at the Snohomish 9-yard line with a 3rd down and 5.
Tough spot here. Terrace desperately needs points as we drop under 8 minutes to play. In regulation, I should officially say.
2 more runs like that, and he'll be in the end zone.
Yeah, but it gets to be tougher sledding the closer you get to the goal line. Got some more scoreboard updates when we get an opportunity, and we'll have a penalty marker down.
Okay, pointing at the left side of the Mountlake Terrace line was the Snohomish defender. I couldn't see it, but it looks like we may have a illegal procedure penalty.
Ronnie, did you see anything down there?
I did not, but you had the penalty right, I think.
Yeah, marched it backwards. Scoreboard update, Camas leads Glacier Peak 28-21. That one in the 3rd. And 4th quarter action, Linden Christian over Murphy, 42-0, and 35-28 Cascade over Newport Bellevue. Here it's 23-7 Snohomish. Mountlake Terrace trying to answer back. Meadows, the eye backfield, snap, delay handoff, no. Big tackle made by Oscar Adams and company in black.
Terrace has had much more success on that quick hitter coming through the middle. The delays have just allowed Snohomish to sniff it out. So 4th down, 9 yards to go. Ball sitting on about the 13-yard line. So now we'll have a little bit of a break.
Oh, looks like Bellevue answering back against Lake Stevens. My goodness, that is a heavyweight prize fight back and forth. 23-7 here. Snohomish trying to, put up the stops. 4th and a long 8.
It's like Snohomish is in pretty good shape here, unless things fall apart for them. And to go to 1-0 in league play, 1-1 overall. And that's kind of been their history the last few years. They kind of struggled a little bit out of league because they've been scheduling some really difficult opponents. Then they get into league play and they play really well. So looks like Snohomish is going to try to do that again and get their first league victory of the season. Mountlake Terrace, though, would love to convert on this 4th down, again, to just give them a little bit of momentum, going into next week.
I'm going to guess that Mountlake Terrace is going to drop back and throw it, and I'm going to guess that Snohomish is going to blitz, and we're going to see something fun happen.
Always like to have something fun.
Absolutely. I've got a scoreboard update, actually, from that Lake Stevens game after this 4th down and goal to go. 4th down and 8 yards to go, and it's a sack! It is a sack! It is a stop! And it is a turnover on downs.
Did I call that play or what?
Mason Podol.
Yep. You win the prize exactly as you had it mapped out.
Unfortunate for Terrace, but fortunate for Snohomish.
I'm showing 30-21 your score as 30-28 apparently. As I do not have that latest update, but...
Well, tell you what, that Lake Stevens missed extra point.
There you go.
If Bellevue has a field goal kicker, look out.
23-7 here as we retake the field for Snohomish, looking to grind out 6:45 in this one. Terrace showing blitz. They stay at home. And an outside to inside run by Kyle Larson.
Snohomish would love nothing better than to just keep it on the ground, grind out about 4 yards per carry, and run this clock down.
And make a note at number 13 running the show out there now.
Indeed. That would be Cale Hammer, not David. Mason Orgill, by the way, has had a phenomenal game as a running back, as a returner, and as a Wildcat quarterback. And as you've mentioned, Gavin Maynard, linebacker, has been buzzing the tower on defense.
Those are the two that caught my eye for sure.
That pass is skipped in there. They're going to say incomplete.
Which is unfortunate for Snohomish just in the fact that it stops the clock.
Yeah, they were trying to do something safe and outside and just keep the ball and the clock moving, right?
Yeah, I've noticed that, Hammer has such a touch throwing the ball long. Struggled a little bit on some of the shorter patterns.
Always have something to work on in film. Trying to make sure I get you all of the updates on where we will be next week, because we've got a full week of action as usual on STSPN. Snapping the play fake, dumps that one out back to the middle of the field, and that is a catch for Orgill, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Mason Orgill off the play fake.
That was a nice throw, because the Mountlake Terrace had two people in his face, and you know what? I don't know that Cale Hammer has been quite right. He's been shaken up a few times, and now they've brought him back out and put David Hammer back in the ball game.
I mean, up 23-7, 5:30 to go. It also just makes sense to save him a little bit. David from the pro set, snap and a give. Larson finds a seam, and he will rumble ahead for a gain of about 12. I want to remind folks, next week we will have soccer for you on STSPN. Tuesday, it's Mount Si at Glacier Peak. We will have soccer also Thursday, Arlington and Snohomish, and Federal Way at Lake Stevens. Oh, by the way, next week, football action on Friday. That's got to be a fun one from Lake.
Yeah, Lake Stevens is definitely scheduled to try to go a long way in the playoffs by playing these tough teams early.
And end around, and they'll call a penalty. So we'll have this one to do all over again. So penalty against Snohomish procedure. I guess he left early.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for Coach Hammer in the film room, with the number of penalties they've had. They've had 2 scores called back via penalty. And, that's something that they really, really want to get cleaned up, before they start taking on teams like Monroe and Edmonds Woodway.
Still plenty of season to get to. I was actually checking back. I'm originally from Tennessee and was looking at schedules, Tennessee football. They're on game 4 tonight, and some schools are having homecoming. Different worlds. Shotgun back to either side. Whistles blow this one dead as well. There's a penalty on the far side. Things are getting a little sloppy as we get down the home stretch here with 4:29 left. Barring a complete meltdown, Snohomish will improve to 1-0 in league.
If this keeps up, we're going to have a striped shirt as player of the game.
Perhaps. You're going to have to ice down their flag throwing arm. 4:20 left. I wonder if anybody's got Ed Hockley like pythons down there. Dude was jacked. And I believe he was an attorney by trade. 4 minutes, and the clock rolls. David drifts back in the pro set gun. Drops, looks, he's going to air this thing out. Has a man, one-on-one, knocked away. Overthrown just a bit, intended for Parker Jackson.
That was Logan Tews on the defense, and he got up there, found the ball, got his arm up and batted it away. That was another pass that, again, had a little too much air under it, needed to be put a little bit more on a line.
Logan Hughes has just shown me something.
This is the Snohomish strategy showing going on here. Every play, the ball boy's handler runs out and changes the ball over with a dry ball. So it's a little moist out here tonight.
Huh. The Marine push I didn't think was coming in. So.
Nice and toasty here in the booth.
Yes, it is. Motion to the backfield, snap, and the keeper, and David Hammer is thrown backwards. Tackle made by Nate Brown. Fresh player out there, Kyle Bryant in the backfield. 3:35 and the clock continues to run. And really all Terrace can do is just kind of stand here and watch. Terrace staring down a 1-1 start.
Yeah, they're still playing hard. I'm impressed with the progress that program has made from last year to this year. You can tell that they're well coached. You can tell that they play really hard.
Got some athletes. They got people.
Oh, we got trip set to the right here.
I guess the Riverboat Gambler here, David Hammer, may be ready to sling it. Straight drop, pressure, gets a little chip block, fires down the field. Comebacker is incomplete.
And that was twos again that hit the Orgill right when the ball arrived and was able to knock that one away.
Mason Orgill has been a big part of what Snohomish has been trying to do tonight.
Yep. We get down to picking some players of the game, even though he'll be on the losing side. He's going to get my honorable mention.
Oh, twos?
Twos, yes, for Mountlake Terrace.
Subs will check in here on special teams. We want to get a few more names out here. Jude Lewis on for Snohomish, along with William Hernandez. Caleb Podol to punt. Everybody shuffling around for Mountlake Terrace. Man, what a punt, and a sideline run by Logan Hughes, and he about got clotheslined over there. There's some violent collisions going on in the final 5 minutes of this contest.
Okay, so give me your player of the game and lineman of the game numbers and names up there, guys.
Well, it looks like I think we're going to go with Gavin Maynard for not so much a lineman, but a linebacker. Yep. Number 11 for Snohomish. And I believe we're going to go with Mason Orgill, number 20, as our back or just overall player of the game, offensive player of the game.
Yeah, I agree with both of those. The Orgill on offense has been really strong, and Maynard has come up with some huge plays on defense. So I agree with those.
Looks like a timeout on the field with 2:43 left. We will step aside for a break and be right back. This is STSPN's coverage of football, presented by Les Schwab.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
Back here on STSPN. Sometimes it's the things you don't hear. Amp Harrell here, joined by Bill Kusler. Todd Elvig on the ones and twos. And Ron Henthorn running around on the sidelines. I'm sure we'll get to him in the postgame. It was odd. Coach Hammer walking to the sideline with both palms extended skyward like, what are we doing, guys?
Oh, nice. Just a straight sack up the middle as Mason Podol came in, and Meadows could do nothing.
He came in and Meadows went down. That's just all there is to say about that one. As we wind this one up and get ready to put it to bed, I want to let folks know that I will be out and about this weekend at the Mukilteo Lighthouse Festival. So if you're headed out to that, look for the goofy radio guy. 23-7. Snohomish leads Mountlake Terrace. Terrace trying to answer back here. Maynard, or not Maynard, wrong 11. That's Meadows with the give. And and hit immediately, and not a whole lot there.
Jones, once again, he's definitely been the workhorse. Carried the load on the inside, taking a pounding and delivered a pounding as well.
He's a thumper. He is fun to watch. Sub will check off for Snohomish in Mason Podol. And looks like we got another timeout on the field to change up some personnel. With $1:36 left, let's step aside once again. 23-7, Snohomish leads on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
I've actually got us back here on STSPN. I was caught with my hand in the cookie jar there. 23-7, Snohomish with the lead. Back on defense, trying to grind this one out. Terrace trying to find the end zone, make this a little more respectable. Player getting stretched out on the far side for Terrace.
A lot of brand new numbers in for Snohomish to play this last minute and a half.
Good eyes. Miles Lamb, I think, in the linebacking core. Snap and a give to Jones. And he is decked and taken down. Mark Mwangi on the stop on that defensive line. Mwangi, excuse me.
Snohomish has got some big boys in the line. Mwangi.
I see CJ Cortez, 5'9", 223.
We got a 273. We got a 305. We got a 312. Tommy Brandville, the center, 260, and very athletic. Yeah, some good size.
Brody Strand out there, quarterbacking the linebacking core.
Terrace going to punt the football away.
And that one just a low, get the job done punt. Picked up and on the run is Podol down the sideline. One man to be. Oh my goodness! He just ran through two men and put them down.
The number of the bus that hit them was 45.
Yes, that was the 45 train that just ran straight through. Apologies for your speakers. I don't know that I've seen that before.
Ow, ow.
Yeah.
And the victim of that, Margigi Adrian, number 5'10", 135, and he's running off the field at about 125 now.
Yeah. Arian Motahigi, he took a pounding there. But he was the only one with a line on him.
Got a third quarterback in now.
And now we have a timeout. We have a timeout, Snohomish. I thought they were out of timeouts. But let's keep it right here if we can, because I'm not sure who's wearing that 44, because from my records, it was supposed to be Caden Alexander.
Caden Alexander's out for the season with torn ACL, so I know it's not him.
Okay.
Oh, he's actually out there, but I don't know if he's going to play or not. That is Mason out there. That is Alexander out there.
Oh, interesting. Well, is it Mason Alexander or Caden Alexander?
Caden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Caden Alexander out there, 44.
He might just be going to stand out there during this play. I don't know.
All right.
Got a knee brace on, so.
Yeah, he got injured last week. And is he going to take the snap and kneel? Is that what's going to happen here in victory formation?
I think you might have predicted something.
36 seconds left. This is a big symbolic gesture. Alexander with the back on either side for protection. And he will gingerly take a knee, and that will put an end to this one. Bit of a feel-good story there. And that will do it. 23-7, your final score. And the Panther faithful will celebrate. And do we need to keep it here or take a quick commercial break while we find our players of the game?
Take a break. It'll be a minute before they get here.
Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come Back here on STSPN, handshake line there, 23-7. Snohomish gets the win at home over a resilient Mountlake Terrace team that just came up a little bit short. Bill Kusler, your final thoughts?
I just really enjoyed the game. I thought Snohomish did a good job, turning it around after a tough start last week and getting in the flow of things. They do have some penalty issues that they need to clean up, but they had a lot of big explosive plays, played well. I was also impressed with Mountlake Terrace. Even though they only scored 7 points, they've got some good talent on that team. You can tell that they are much improved over last year and that they are going to have some more victories before this season is over. So fun game to watch, and I look forward to seeing the fortunes of these two teams as the season progresses.
Absolutely. We're trying to get additional updates from the Lake Stevens game. Lake Stevens with the advantage. What was that score the last time you had it, Todd? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. He is monitoring because Lake Stevens had the lead, and they had the lead by 2 scores, so that's the most important thing to keep in mind there. 37-28 is your score in that one. Lake Stevens on top. About 2 minutes and change left. Jaden Lamar with a 1-yard touchdown on 4th and goal. Jaden Lamar getting it done. And I will await the first interview with Ron Henthorn down there with our players of the game. They are singing the fight song, it appears. But you want to run down some scores while we're at it, Mr. Kusler?
Go for it.
I will pull up what I have because I do know that it's gone final. Linden Christian beat Archbishop Murphy 42-0. It is still third quarter, I believe. Camas and Glacier Peak. Camas 28, GP 21. As we mentioned, 37-28 Lake over Bellevue in that heavyweight fight. Kamiak has come back and tied it up in the second, 7-7. Edmonds, Woodway, and Kamiak. Shorewood at the half, 14-6 over Linwood. And Stanwood finishes off Pilchuck 30-16. Also, Marysville Getchell falls 21-14. Tough one there against Arlington. Friday Harbor beats Granite Falls 27-6. And Cascade of Everett defeats Newport Bellevue 42-35. Those are your final scores in that one. 23-7. Big victory for Snohomish at home as they're taking pictures and just celebrating a big win. This is a sigh of relief for this Snohomish Panther squad, Bill Kusler.
Yeah, they've got a lot of potential. I can see a lot of potential out there. They're going to clean some things up, but having 2 quarterbacks that have that big an arm that can go down the field, they've got some great speed with some of the receivers, with Parker Jackson getting open, Orgill getting open, and just firing the ball down there. And they're going to be capable of some big games, but they need to continue to develop and, again, get rid of those penalties.
GP 34, Camas 28 with 9 minutes left.
I was about to say, do I need to hop onto Twitter or something and check for more updates? But GP surging back. This is another heavyweight prize fight. Looking to award our Adrenaline Fundraising Players of the Game, but, well, there's still some coaching and some celebrating and some glad handing to take care of down there as Coach Hammer is bringing the team together. And he is the same guy. Win, lose, draw. He is always fired up, and he always ends it with Go Panthers.
Yeah, that's what you got to be, particularly in high school sports. These with kids, you got to show them that consistency, and good for Coach Hammer.
Wanted to give an update on our we're going down to the field. I believe Ron Henthorn has our player of the game, our offensive player of the game, Mason Orgill. Ronnie, take it away.
I'm down here with the Snohomish Panther player of the game and lineman of the game, Mason Odell. You're going to get the player of the game shirt tonight. Tell me about how it went out there.
Lineman played a good game. I think we could have played a cleaner game, so we're going to be running a little bit at practice for those penalties. But I'm really proud of the offense. We turned it up in the second half, and I'm just proud to be in the position I am.
you like doing that running when you were down in the short red zone there?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I mean, I want the ball in my hands when I can get it, and I'm glad my coaches trust in me. And, it's kind of love to the O-line and this guy right here because I got really good lead blockers, so it makes it easy for me.
All right, let me grab a shirt out here and see if I get the right one for you. Player of the game says, I hold it up. Look up toward that camera right up there and see if I can catch you on that screen there. Get your shot there. And then my friend over here, number 11, Maynard, turn around here and look this way, man, so they can see you. Tell me about how it was in the trenches out there.
Yeah, we just really went with the schemes our coaches gave us, did what they told us, we executed. We just stick to our roots. Coaches pushed us really hard this week, and it showed.
So, anything special that you learned tonight?
We got to play a cleaner game. We can't come into games like this super confident. Just got to play our game and win. Got to do what we do.
And do you like blitzing?
Yes, sir. It's a blast.
That's the fun part of it. Okay. Yes, well, linebacker of the game. Let's see what we got for you here. Hold this up and face it up toward that camera there and see if we can catch a picture of you there. All right, there you guys. We got our Adrenaline Fun player of the game tonight over here and our lineman of the game, Les Schwab, lineman of the game here tonight. Good luck, guys. Good luck next week for you. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you, Ron Henthorn, down there on the sidelines. And again, that would be Mason Orgill, our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, and Gavin Maynard at linebacker, but also a lead blocker, our Les Schwab Tires lineman of the game. And you said it. They both just played their tails off out there.
Dominated. You know what? I'm impressed with how articulate those kids are, too. And did a nice job on the interview. Great game. They both were aware of what they did well. They were both aware of the things that they need to work on. And they get those things ironed out, and Snohomish is going to be a team to be reckoned with this year.
Final thoughts, Bill Kusler?
Just really enjoyed it. Had a fun evening. What could be more fun than hanging around watching some good old high school football?
Absolutely. Looks like Ronnie's got somebody down there.
I'm going to try to find him way down here, and he's lost him in the crowd. I can't seem to find him here.
Can I find Joey Hammer before we wrap things up?
He's got to be here somewhere. He's not that tall, though.
Well, while you're hunting for him, I'll thank our sponsors here. That would be McDaniel's Do-It Center, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, GNS Heating, Gene Johnson Plumbing, Airfield Espresso, the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Army, Adrenaline Fundraising, Bickford Ford, and Monster Energy Drink. And, of course, our presenting sponsor, Les Schwab Tires, Doing the Right Thing. Talking about doing the right thing, that would be Coach Joey Hammer. And we have misplaced our own Ron Henthorn on the camera. Have you got Coach?
I don't have him yet. He's got to be in this crowd somewhere. These guys are all over the place here right now.
We can't find you either.
Well, I'm kind of right in the middle of all the Panthers down here, so.
This is like a Where's Waldo thing live on YouTube.
I'm wedging in down here, guys.
I see Ronnie.
Yeah.
I don't see Coach, though.
A lot of coaches, but I don't see Hammer.
Well, I also, while you're hunting for Coach Hammer, I will tell folks where we'll be next week. Again, Tuesday, it is Glacier Peak Soccer hosting Mount Si. I'll toss it down to you, Ronnie.
All right, I'm down here with Joey. Joey, I lost you in the crowd down here, man.
Oh, man, hey, it's awesome. Senior night, first time ever having the full black uniforms. Our kids came out and battled hard. Mountlake Terrace, kudos to those guys. They never quit.
They did not quit. It was a good, strong game. It was tough there for a while. It was kind of like could have gone either way for a while.
It was back and forth, right? Thankfully, we capitalized on a field goal that gave us a little bit of a boost, and we just kept battling. Defensively, we stepped up.
So you got a couple of good long touchdowns called back from a little defense or a little holding problems or whatever.
Yeah, obviously there's always things to clean up. You never like taking points off the board, so we definitely got to address those and move forward and get better.
Oh, yeah, I love the way you play both quarterbacks in there tonight, both your boys.
Yeah.
and it turned out to be a great game for everybody.
Yeah, it was, and guys just kept competing. And the critical piece is no matter whose feet are in the fire, everybody's believing in one another, and that's a great team, and so that was huge for us to respond the way we did tonight.
Tell me about that great gesture on the last play of the game.
Oh, it was a huge kudos. I thanked the Mountlake Terrace coach afterwards, just class act, getting Caden Alexander in there to take a knee. Just huge opportunity. That was just awesome.
Sure, Caden really loved that.
Oh, he was so thankful. Senior night, and he got to go on the field and seal the deal for us.
Yeah, he's out for the season, though.
He's out for the season, it is, and it's terrible news, but you know what? He's going to persevere through it, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Joey, thank you a lot for talking to me tonight, and good luck with the next game.
I appreciate that, and go Panthers.
Go Panthers. That way you go, Joey.
Thank you.
All right, Amp, you can wrap it up now, buddy. We're done down here.
All right, thank you, Ron Henthorn. I'll hit that schedule one more time. Mount Si at Glacier Peak, Tuesday night soccer action. Arlington at Snohomish, soccer action on Thursday. And then Friday, it's Federal Way at Lake Stevens with yours truly on Friday Night Football. 23-7, your final score. Snohomish beats Mountlake Terrace. For my broadcast partner up here, Bill Kusler, I appreciate it. For Todd Elvig, and of course, for everybody doing all the work back in the truck, this has been another presentation of STSPN Football presented by Les Schwab.